Hello, thanks for joining me on my channel today. If you're a returning viewer, thank you very much for coming back. If you're new or even a returning and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. That will help me a lot. And let's start. I am a 43-years-old woman living in Toronto, Canada, single mom of two on a single income, trying to get out of debts. I've made a note of my January expenses, and I try to simplify as much as possible using generic names like groceries, household, things like that to simplify, I guess, explanation or understanding of my expenses. I want to make a point of saying that January was, it seems to me, based on the numbers, I didn't realize before checking the numbers, like most people don't. It was very hard on expenses. I spent a lot of money and I wanted to bring this amounts down so I can actually save to pay some of the money that I owe. So let's start. Before we start, I just want to preface saying that my camera is kind of moving as I move because my camera is sitting on top of my desk and my desk is not very stable. So I apologize if that's bothering you. Sorry about that. I will try to improve that for the next few videos. Okay, let's move on. So I have this notebook and I made some notes about my expenses for the month of January 2024. I made notes based on the day and what the expense was. If there is a minus in front, it means that went out. If there is a plus in front, it means it came into my account. Okay, so let's start. I just want to show you this because this is my start point. And I've seen some other videos explaining that you should actually go back and see 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. The thing is, let me close this so I can dedicate time to explain. I changed jobs about 6-7 months ago, and before that I was on negative on my account because about 55% of my income it was going for rental. I live on a rental property and about 55% of my income was going for that. So you can imagine that I was going into the negative on my account. I don't want to take that into consideration today because about 6-7 months ago I changed jobs, and that has improved my income in about 25%, which is very good. And I feel the last 6-7 months I've been spending a lot because I just didn't know what to do with that money. I realized very soon, 6 months later, that I'm getting out of control, spending a lot of money, and I want to change that and focus on getting my life together and getting debt free. So this is where we are. That's why I'm not going too far back, because I feel January is a good representation of the last 3 months. So if not January, December, there were a lot of Christmas expenses. The month November leading up to December, perhaps a lot of Christmas expenses and going out, dining out. So I feel like if I were to go back 3 months, it would be pretty much all the same. in that aspect. So anyway, let's go here and check what's going on, or what was going on in January. As you can see, January 2nd, I spent a lot of on the first day of the year, or business day of the year, I spent over $300 just in clothes. This was actually gym clothes that I bought. Yeah, and you'll see later on that some of that I returned. So although this was a lot of money, some of this money was it came back into my account later on. Shoppers, if you're not Canadian and if you don't live in Canada, you may not know what shopper means. Shoppers is a drugstore. It's like CVS, I guess, in US. I named Shoppers because Shoppers sells anything between medication, groceries, beauties, office supplies, anything. I cannot recall at this point what kind of things or stuff I got from Shoppers. Therefore, I'm considering Shoppers now here, or anytime that's listed in January, as drugstore or medication related for the time being. Moving forward, I should be able to be more specific and classify. If I went there and got a lipstick, classify as beauty. If I went there and got medication, then classify as drugs or medication, not drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. So that's why it says Shoppers. And for the time being, or for this month of January, as a reference, I would consider Shoppers as medication. Dining only means what it means. I ate out, and that means maybe I had lunch when I went to work and I didn't bring lunch from home, so I had to eat something, and that's what it means. Or even on the weekend too. Groceries, you're gonna see the most outside rent or any other expenses. You see groceries, the place that most my money goes to. So I have one instance of groceries here. Uber, I take public transportation, but you're gonna see usually when I have groceries, and if the amount is a little higher, you will see it's usually accompanied by Uber, because I take Uber from the grocery store to home to help me with carrying the stuff that I buy. So you will see there's usually or sometimes a combination of groceries and Uber together. Clothes, this also, it was from a store that sells clothes and a bunch of other stuff. I decided to name clothes because I don't remember what exactly I got. And because these type of stores sell most clothes, I decided to just use clothes as reference. Dollar Store was actually household stuff, which I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember it was something for the house. Again, groceries and Uber together, as you can see, they usually come together when there is a grocery, a big chunk of amount of money for groceries. Entertainment, into savings or just savings, and usually it's $1 to $10, between $1 and $10, means my bank, I have a little thing on my bank where every transaction that I make the day before, so this one, it was one because before January 2nd, probably January 1st, there was only one transaction, or December 31st, there was only one transaction. So, sorry, for every transaction, my bank sends $1 into my saving accounts. That's what it is. So if you, and usually it's the day after. So if you see 1 means the day before, whatever, which wasn't January 1st, it was probably December 31st. There was 1 transaction and hence $1. So January the 3rd, as you can see, there's $10 going into savings because it's counting different types of transaction. This does not count savings transaction, for example. Okay, so January 4th, another dining, $1 savings. There was here a transaction, that's why there is a dollar. There was a transaction of something going out, and I don't remember if I canceled or it got canceled, so the money came back in. So I didn't even include because it was out and in on the same day, so it got canceled for some reason. So when I say Gov, it means something that the government is reimbursing me, being GST, HST. I don't get child benefits, but if it was child benefit, let's say, then I would say Gov, right? So then you see there's a plus sign, so it's coming into my account. Coffee and snack. This was literally a coffee and a snack because this day I didn't have lunch for work, and I decided just to grab a coffee and a snack, and that was my lunch. So this is the return amount for the first entry on clothes that I mentioned before. Dining, this was literally dinner for something. I think I got some takeout or something at home, and so forth. I don't want to go into all the details because that's really not what this video is all about. I just want to give you a glimpse of what I actually spend on a month. You can see this was my payday. Also, I paid Hydro. There was another one, phone over here. And that's it, I think. Grants and loans. I'm back to school, so I'm doing some courses, and I did apply for grants, and sometimes I do get grants, sometimes I do get loans. Unfortunately, for this type of course that I'm applying for grant and loan, you can't not take the loan, unfortunately. I'm doing 3 different courses. One is this is one course. There is another one that shows, I think on another page, where is that? Here. So this one is just the grant. This is a second course. And there's a third course that I got grants, but it doesn't show here at all because the money does not come into my account. These come into my account because I have to pay the course first, apply for grant or the loan, and then the government reimburse me. That's why it comes into my account. But the third course, it does not, or at least it didn't for the first one. It's the third one. It's a 9 courses certificate. I've done one that was 100% grant. The second one I have to pay 25%. So next month or March or something, you will see on my tracking that I had to pay 25% for the third course. So, but this is what it is. Gov, again, another incentive that the government gave me for something. Transfer into savings. Usually when I get government or grants and loans, I try to transfer back into my savings accounts to keep that money aside. That's because when I finish this course and I have to take the next course that's part of my program, I take that money out from the savings into my checking account and pay from there, using the same money. So I'm always using the same money back and forth. However, I missed this one, so I just put the money, which was these two plus this one, roughly. So I'm missing 85 that should transfer into the savings that I forgot to add this one. Usually I round up to the next dollar. Okay, and that's pretty much what it is into my expenses. Tuition, this is when I pay. So I paid, this is the second course, which I've listed as a second course. So I paid my tuition. And actually no, the first course, my tuition. And I applied for the grant loan. This is the one that gives me, like, I cannot, if I take the grant, I need to take the loan. I cannot break down. And because the interest is very low, I'd rather do that and have the money coming in so I can sustain that cycle of paying for the courses back and forth. So that's what it is. Laundry is because I have to put money into a cart to use the laundry machine. That's what it is. Netflix and internet is also being paid over here. Transport, I take public transportation. That's what it is too. Transfer from savings, that would happen when I have to pay my tuition, or in this case I paid vacation. I haven't taken vacation in about 12 years, and like I said, about 6-7 months ago I got this new job that's paying me over 20% from my previous job. So I decided this was time for me to take a vacation after so many years. So I got the money from my savings and I paid for my hotel and air with that money. And this will happen in April, so I can't wait for that. Another payday. Rent, no rent, this RMT is massage, and I usually do massage once a month at least, and my insurance then pays me back most of it. So I do have to pay some, but my insurance pays back some of it, most of it actually, about 90% or something. So I'm fine with the difference because I do have a lot of back pain and muscle pain and things like that. So RMT is something that I take as a palliative, in a sense of, helps me a lot to keep going health wise. Let me see, this is when I paid my rent for the month ahead, in February in this case. Here, because I was a little bit more conscious about my spending, in a sense of, okay, so I need to start tracking because I don't know what I'm doing. So I have beauty named, where the shoppers perhaps here was also beauty. And yeah, so this is my RMT. Insurance paying me back for a couple of other massages that I've done in the past, and that's it. Oh, good thing is I paid one of the many credit cards that I have that was into collection. I got the money from my savings account. This was, I got a 65% discount. I don't remember how much it was. I want to say it was 1.5K. I want to say it was around that, and I got a 65% discount, and this was the total. So I paid that in full, and yeah. Now I am thinking about contacting the other credit card agencies or collection agencies and figure out either a payment plan or how much discount I can get from them to pay in full like I did for this one. This was the lowest credit card that or that I owed, and it was manageable for me to do this. All the others are $15,000-$17,000. Yeah, I'm in trouble. So I'm gonna finish my month expenses here, and I hope you come back for the next round. I'm planning to do a budget. I actually am working on doing an electronic budget right now. It's very robust. I've been watching some tutorials online how to do on Excel to max, like very nice one. The thing is, I do want to show you on camera on paper. So I'm gonna come up with some templates that I can fill out on paper for my videos, but the actual tracking I will keep online on Excel, because that's how I work the best. I try not to use paper as much. I like to go paperless as much as I can, but I understand that writing down, it kind of creates that, it makes it real. So my head is in, I am this for the long haul. I want to be debt free, and hopefully I want to be debt free within the year to 2024, maybe the next 3-6 months of 2025. So between now and June 2025, I want to be just saving money and not paying anybody else other than my utilities and my rent, and saving money towards other things that I really want to have. I want to provide to my family back home. I want to be able to provide to my family here and give them a better life or more opportunities, or even pay for other things, give them a better life. That's my goal. And also obviously to project that into retirement, and have a plan for that. Anyway, I will let you go. This is a habit of mine that I say to everybody. I will let you go, but I hope to see you back on my next video. And if you haven't done so and you like to help and you don't want to miss a video, please subscribe, like this video, so it can go out to more people that, like me, are initiating or starting their debt-free journey. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.